We need everyone we've got here today. Here.
Yeah, we're a bit of a slip actually, looking at right this side.
Yeah.
They have. We are, today, till 2. We can't do much of the day. I'm nice and high.
Are you? That's the way to go, isn't it?
It's amazing to see it coming down the river.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you heading down that way or going?
No, we're going to Wisemans Ferry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell
Thank you.
them to swim.
But just the speed of the water was incredible.
So that's the Hawkesbury there.
That's the Colo.
So that's Colo.
Yeah.
It's hit here. Bang.
Yeah. So the Colo. Yeah. So when it's come out of the Colo, because the Colo flood. Yeah, just down here. This is like Osmotherly's is just like a little restaurant, ski park, and you know, just a small little park. So down here, because the water's coming out, would have hit and it's wiped out all those guys down there because this is where the two rivers would have met. So they've got a fair bit of damage that they're trying to clean up. You can see where the alluvial soils line is.
How sad. Look at that hurricane.
Those jacket trees at least survived.
Yeah. But the problem is you've got, on top of the caravan, you've got 50 years of built up stuff.
We're told not to, actually.
Oh, really? Yep, okay. You right there? Yes?
Yeah.
No worries.
Good. Thank you very much.
No problems.
I'm trying to get in touch with you.
Unfortunately for our communities, Bell's Line of Road is a circumstance which no one would ever dream of and want to see. So there's a lot of work that's now being done with LiDAR detection and these types of things. We can't even give the community any indication as to how long that road's going to be closed for. It's incredibly dangerous for our engineers, and their safety is paramount when obviously trying to inspect the landslip and the damage that's been done to the road. It's going to be a major piece of work to no doubt even reopen it. So we're going to see many weeks, if not a couple of months, before we see the necessary progress with that. And I think everyone's going to now need to be aware of that. And it'd be great to be able to sit here and say, well, this is when we'll see it reopen, but we just can't. So there's a couple of roads like that around, certainly in terms of the Hawkesbury, which we need to be mindful of, and we'll have a look at some of those. Bell's Line of Road is an absolute disaster. I don't think there's any other way to describe what's happened there. And the more that's being uncovered, by the hour in relation to that road. It's indicating it's coming.
Look, it was good to have Minister Constance with us today to actually see firsthand the devastation, and from a different view from the river where we were able to go along and see the trauma that caravan park uses and people right on the river are faced with. It's going to be a really massive clean-up. There's a long time and a lot of pain and a lot of effort that local councils and state government and federal government will have to work together into getting this community recovering again.
Robin, a lot of people out here saying they feel forgotten.
Well, they do, because it's quite a distance from anywhere. We've been doing helicopter drops. The SES have been doing a great effort in getting engineers on the ground at McDonnell Valley just yesterday. They will be moving about the outskirts and connecting with people and trying to get them up and running again. You know, it's important for elderly people to make sure they have water supplies, just basic things that we take for granted. They're isolated out here, the roads are cut, and so we as a community will come together and support them the best way we can with SES and police working hard as well. Bill Andrews, the local policeman here, has been incredible in connecting people with essential services. So there are people on the ground here that will work together as a community too.
In terms of the things that are still missing, you know, are people still without power, without water, without septic, that sort of thing?
We've got some communication challenges. There are people in St Albans, for example, and the river levels weren't given to them on the websites that they should have accessed. And also we need better communication for mobile phone access as well. We've been helicoptering in generator fuel. And what people have been doing is turning the generator on maybe for about an hour to charge their phones up so they can have access to communication. So we're learning a lot about what people are experiencing here, and we have to do better in the future.
Sounds third world.
Almost like that, isn't it? I mean, people move out here for the remoteness and the beauty of it. But when we're faced with devastation like floods or bushfire, the challenges really come to the forefront, and we've got to deal with that. Yeah, I know.
And I saw the photograph in the cafe.
So I mean, so you know,
is that the last time it really was banned here?
It was up, it went down, hit that brush over there. And went
Yeah,
down
because I remember that was February after the fires. We had a.
Hello.
Margaret,
He's looking for Margaret.
Barry, Barry's boss.
Yeah, Barry's boss.
Where's Barry's boss?
Barry's boss.
No, I don't think so. You won't need to.
Yeah.
But now that, once the water started to go down and people could get in four-wheel drives, that made life easier too, because they could come in and people coming in and getting. Yeah, well, see, we haven't got any perishable. So they.
wrong?
was
No, I'll look at the
Yeah.
on the transport road.
Nice to meet you.
So I'll just
Oh, excellent.
okay.
Oh,
So
magic.
so just a couple of blankets,
Towels. Oh,
towels, and blankets.
oh, perfect. Oh, good too. You know why? Because we've got white towels and nobody wants white towels. They want colourful towels, coloured towels, because We white had dark towels blue up ones and they went like that. And then we Yeah. said they're not going to show the dirt. Oh, that's magic. Absolutely magic.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Good.
Hello. Is Adrian in?
He is.
Here he is. Hello. It's passing. I thought I'd bring the Minister for Transport here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What do you reckon?
How are you, mate?
Good, good. Except for the mud.
Andrew, this is Adrian. Sorry.
Adrian, like you shake hands, that's good to see. No elbow. Hello again.
Hello. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Now, have you been introduced? Robin. Yeah. And here's the
Andrew, yeah,
contact.
We've cleaned it up. It's good now. That's good. Well, that's what I want.
That's great.
Higher than that, but that's where it's settled to. It come up higher than that.
So,
No.
so what equipment have you lost?
Saws and sanders and yes, we did.
Yeah, but didn't have this conversation.
And I'm going to say to you too, she's doing a great job. And I think New South Wales is blessed to have her. We haven't got that Queensland one. You know, she's different.
And so.
But all these things have got motors down the bottom, so they're all.
You're going to have to replace them.
And talking about these, we wouldn't.